Hey, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. Today I'm sharing with you some amazing one-pot meal ideas that have 5 ingredients or less. I'm gonna start a new series, if you will, here on my channel of 5 ingredient or less meals, and you'll see a new one probably every 2 weeks. I'm hoping that this will give you guys some great base recipes to keep in your arsenal, and you can add to them, you can substitute, but it'll give you a great idea to start off of. Here is recipe number 1, which I'm using a brand new ingredient that I've never used before. So fingers crossed that both me and my husband really like it, because we obviously have to eat through the entire pot. Let me know down below, have you tried this ingredient out? There's actually 2 ingredients here that I've never used before. This vegan cream cheese alternative from Trader Joe's, and it's made with coconut and potato starch, chickpea protein. I'm really on the fence with how this is gonna taste, but I feel like if I mix all of this together, it's gonna be good. The other thing that I was talking about, let me know if you've tried this, it's the Impossible meat. I know I've had it as a burger at a restaurant before, but I've never personally cooked with it. And every time we go to Trader Joe's, I see it and I'm like, I should just try it. Fun fact, before I went plant-based, I hadn't eaten red meat in over 10 years. So I don't actually like hamburger, but I do remember having the Impossible meat at a restaurant before, and it was like, okay. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. It has 19 grams of protein. I'm trying to eat a lot more protein in my diet, and I feel like my husband will like it. So if I don't like this dish, I know he's gonna like it because this is like his jam. So 5 ingredients. This is actually a really inexpensive meal, and if you want to make it cheaper, swap the Impossible for lentils. That's how I would like definitely prefer this. But again, I'm trying to step outside my comfort zone, cook with new things, because you never know, you might really like it. A lot of people suggest that I would like this. People tag me on Instagram all the time with different recipes, so I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So we have one of these, which, like I said, if you want to make it cheaper, switch out for lentils. That will make this this side item like less than $1. We have diced tomatoes. You can also use fresh tomatoes or tomato sauce. The cream cheese alternative, if you can't find this or don't have anything like it, you could just use nut milk instead and a little bit of corn starch, and it'll make it as a thickener. It won't be the exact same, but it'll be close enough. We're gonna use part of this onion. This is a massive onion. This onion was 99 cents at Trader Joe's, since they charge by the onion, and it's like literally the biggest onion I've ever seen in my life. So we're gonna use just part of that. And then also the brown rice penne pasta from Trader Joe's. I'm just gonna use half of this because I'm gonna use half for another recipe. So here is ingredients, 5 or less, which it ends up being 5 today, and so is the second one. We're gonna chop this massive onion. I'm only gonna do like a quarter of it. So it's like a half a cup of onion. I feel like that's perfect. This is also a very potent onion, and I even had it in the refrigerator, which I thought was the secret to keeping it so it wouldn't burn your eyeballs. That's a lie. Since I've only been cooking for like a minute, but I am gonna add the meat. I don't know why this creeps me out so much, but like I said, I have a lot of people on Instagram that use it and they love it, and they're always like, oh, you should make meals with it, and they're tagging me in recipes. Like I said, I know my husband's gonna like it. I'm just so on the fence with it. Maybe it's just because of how it looks, but I'm gonna mix this in with the onions and cook it until it's browned. All right, it's been like 2 minutes and it's basically cooked, I think. I mean, again, I don't eat red meat. I haven't eaten red meat in 10 years, so it's not like I really cook with it, but that's what I'm kind of like going off of because that feels right. I am adding the diced tomatoes, and I'll let this cook for like another 2 minutes. Tomatoes always help everything cook faster. All right, I'm gonna add in 2 cups of water and then bring it to a boil, because I am gonna add pasta. So I want boiling water for the pasta, so that is a 1-pot meal. And this should kind of make everything like really saucy and thick. So it'll be like, just really like sticking to the pasta and be really like a thick goulash type of meal. We're gonna call it 1-pot lasagna, okay? Since my water is boiling, this thing cooks everything so fast. I will link it down below if you'd like. It is amazing. I also have the toaster from the same company. We're gonna add in about that much pasta. It's almost half the bag. Since it is a make-ahead meal, I'm only gonna cook the gluten-free pasta for 5 minutes and then take it off the heat and add the cream cheese, so that way it's not overbaked and it doesn't become really mushy. since I'm not rinsing this one, but you can also make it on the side if you want to. It's personal preference. That's a great way to also make it, but this just makes it so it's an actual one pot meal. Okay, I'm taking the heat off of this, but adding my cream cheese and then putting a lid on it and setting it aside. And cream cheese wise, I didn't taste this before putting it in, but I tasted the pasta and it kind of blew me away. Like, I'm so surprised at how much I like it. I'm using about half the cream cheese. The flavor is there. It needs a little more salt for my preference, but this is actually really good. I'm glad I tried something new. I think I'm just getting tired of my regular protein sources, so I'm really happy with this. So I'm just gonna leave the kind of cream cheese like this, and I'll stir it again in a little bit, but it's off the heat. We're gonna put the lid on, scooch it back to the side, in the back. Ooh, that's so hot, hold on. I'll let it sit back here for just a couple of minutes, check on it, but I don't want those noodles to overcook since this is going to be a make-ahead meal. Definitely give this one a try. Like, honestly, this took me less than 10 minutes to put together, and I feel like it's so good. I will definitely make this again. And I think I'm also gonna try to make it with lentils and see which I like better. So let me know which one you're gonna make, lentils or the Impossible. Let's check on this pot. It's been sitting for a few minutes. Yes, it definitely looks completely done. Cheese is nice and melty. This looks good. I'm very happy about this. I'm not gonna serve it up because I'm actually gonna just store it in this pot. I'm just gonna put it in the garage refrigerator and we can eat it as we want throughout the week. Super good. I would say this is like 4 to 6 servings depending on how you serve it up. Perfect. A meal in 10 minutes. That's what I call fantastic. The second recipe is like a Mediterranean pasta salad, and I keep seeing ones similar to this, and I think it sounds so good, especially to make ahead and have in the refrigerator. The secret with the brown rice pasta is to only cook it for 5 minutes, so it's super al dente. So once it completely cools down and you put it in your refrigerator, it's not super soggy the next day. And make sure you rinse it thoroughly because that will also help stop the cooking because you're rinsing out the starches. So you have English cucumber, which is my favorite, the brown rice penne pasta, a tomato, the 3-layer hummus from Trader Joe's. You can use any hummus you want, or you can substitute for chickpeas, like mashed, or you can make your own hummus, completely up to you. I will leave a hummus recipe down below from my blog if you want to check that one out. And then the olives, which I know a lot of people don't like olives, so you could definitely leave this out, but I feel like the olives just add that nice touch to make it super Mediterranean. But like I said, if you want to substitute this for chickpeas or take it out altogether, and then we also have the tomato, if I don't already say so. But I feel like this is gonna be so good. Adding banana peppers to this would be so good. And there's also a vegan feta at Trader Joe's, which I've never tried. Also be really good in this, but I decided to keep it super simple today and just go with these 5 items. Moving on to the next one, the Mediterranean pasta. I have my water here and we're just gonna bring it to a boil and then add salt. Okay, pasta is cooked, rinsed, back in the pan, and we're just gonna add everything in. Olives, cucumber, tomato, and I'm gonna do about half of this hummus. That should be really good. This one is so delicious. Let me know if you've had it. Give it a good stir, and this is going right into the refrigerator because again, I'm making this one ahead. And I want the noodles to be cooled so they're not continuing to cook. You can add a little more salt or garlic, which I'm going to do. You can add a little dill if you want to. This is looking perfection. Another meal in less than 10 minutes. Literally all you have to do is chop the tomatoes and chop the cucumber, and that's all the work that is involved. And you could add some red onion to this. You could add some chickpeas. You could add this to a salad when it's cold. Looks delicious. I feel like the hummus just like makes it look kind of mushy, but It looks so good. Thank you so much as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe video of 5 ingredients or less for one pot meals. I will see you very soon in a new video, and I'm going to keep this series going all through the month of August. So make sure you check back because you're going to see more dinner ideas, not just one pot meal ideas, but like Instant Pot, Crock Pot that are all 5 ingredients or less. So I'll see you soon in a new video. Bye-bye.